Okay, thank you so much for joining Team Call tonight. Kasey is a diamond coach. She is actually halfway through her qualifying to be a 1-star diamond coach. She is a mom, she's a pre-med student, and a ridiculously extreme go-getter. She finds a way to do anything. It drives me crazy sometimes. I'm like, how does she do it all? And I'm over here like, help me get my life together. So absolutely kills it and was just a part of the new MBF test group. So if you have any questions for MBF or for about MBF for her after, feel free to pick her brain about that as well. And how she earned that spot was she was able to become a part of the test group because she's a success starter. So that's super cool too. So in the first 6 months as a coach, if you hit Success Club 3 of those months, you too can be in a test group for that. So she is going to talk about overcoming objections and growing into leadership tonight. And she is just such a powerhouse. Listen up, take notes. Okay, bye.
Okay, well, thank you. That's actually something that I hate is when people tell me I do it all, because I don't do everything. Sometimes my life sucks too, guys. It's okay. And I'm going to apologize right now. We're like in the middle of bedtime, and I'm normally a bedtime person, so Dakota may scream, but we're just going to get through it. So yeah, really quick, I did want to mention, so I know I have 2 personal coaches who are going to be in the next test group. So you saw all those like amazing programs that were just launched. If you have not watched the summit videos, you guys, like, make that your #1 priority for the rest of this week. So we have 2 people on my team and my downline who are going to be in the running program. I can't think of the name of it. And then we also have one girl who's going to be in the 9-week control freak. I am so freaking excited, you guys. So make sure you watch that. And for anybody who is a success starter and who is going to be in a test group, in the test group that I was in, we had the pleasure of having some elite coaches in there as well. So I have tons and tons and tons of notes. And so I've already told my girls, as we get closer to the day from your test group, we'll set up a call. So if you guys have people who are success starters in a test group that's coming up, if you're somebody who is, just shoot me a message and I will let you guys like hop in on that call. Because they gave me so many amazing tips and things that like I wish I did back in the test group. So I would love to help you guys, utilize your test group as best as you possibly can, because MBF has definitely been my biggest launch because I was a part of it and I'm so passionate about it. So I'm going to share. Ooh, I think you have to make me the host so I can share my screen. Okay, I'm the host now. Cool. Okay. So you guys can see this. Good. Rachel, you're the only one I can see, so please give me a thumbs up. Okay, cool. So we have our BU, which like all of our boards have success clubs, so you'll probably hear everybody's name 400 times, but BU, full team, success club 5+, Heather with 12, Hannah with 10, Sky with 10, Rachel with 8, April with 7, Laura with 6, Chloe with 6, myself with 6, Paige with 6, Ashley with 6, Aline, I'm so sorry if that's not how you say it, with 6, Jess with 5. And if you're wondering how people are having odd numbers, it's because right now we're still earning retention success club points. So basically what that means is out of all the people who got signed up in May, when they, order their Shakeology, or if they ordered MBF, they kind of put that PV, or is it the TV? I don't know. You can look up the FAQ on it, but they put all of those into a pool, and then you divide that number by 200. Every time you get like over 200 and they can pull 200 out of it, then you get a success club point. So that's probably how April has 7 and how Jess has 5. That's how you get uneven numbers. As far as top recruiters, I'm not going to read all of those names, but Heather with 6, Jess with 5, or Rachel with 5, Sky 5, maybe I am going to read all the names, Carolyn 4, Emmy 4, Hannah 4, Ashley, Chloe, Josie, Kasey, me, Laura, Lindsay, Nancy, Natalie, Paige, Sarah, all with 3, and then a lot of other people with 2. And so congratulations to everybody up on that board. Then also for Team BU, we have Stephanie and Aline, who are both Emerald coaches, you guys, and Emerald is so amazing. I'm so excited for you guys. This is not only the first step in your business, you're opening up your compensation plan, you're possibly hitting Success Starter for the first month, and that is just the step. It's like the yellow brick road, and at the end there's like the big shiny castle. Like Emerald, congratulations, you just like put on your shoes and hopped onto the yellow brick road. So way to go, guys. We also have Lindsay, Success Starter Month 2. And so Lindsay, that's amazing, you guys. Like April said, Success Starter is basically within your first 6 months of signing up for a coach, you hit Success Club 3 of those months. It doesn't have to be consecutively, but congratulations, Lindsay, you're coming out on fire, and I cannot wait to see you fully qualify for your Success Starter next month, because not only do you get the chance to be in the next test group, you will also have the opportunity to get your Summit ticket for free. So Summit was just announced today. Anybody who was in it for 2020 Success Starters, I know I was, like my coaches that got it, Hannah and all of her coaches, we were supposed to get free tickets for this year for Summit. That was happening right now, but we're getting them for next year instead. So no reason not to be there in St. Louis. So I'm super excited for that. Congrats to Heather and Rachel, team builder, you guys. This is a huge, if you guys don't know about the Road to Elite program, you guys, this is huge. And we're like right at that halfway part in the year, and they're like halfway there to Elite. So I'm so proud of you guys. And Heather, I just have to bring up how, you know, we were on a diamond call a few weeks ago, and she just talked about, she didn't really have any big goals that she was aiming for. And she like is at the top of every leaderboard on this. She's hitting team builder. She's halfway to Elite right now, you guys. Like, she's doing amazing. And that is just literally the power of deciding like, okay, now I'm going to do this. I'm going to push for this goal. I'm going to hit this. And so Heather, I really look up to you and your leadership. Obviously, Rachel, I look up to you and your leadership as well. You're my coach and you're just amazing. But I'm so proud of both of you guys for getting that. And I am like really, really excited because I feel like BU and Downline BU is going to have a lot of representatives on 2021 Elite Report. So can't wait for that. Also congratulating my coach, Rachel, 2-star diamond, you guys. Rachel's just the hardest worker, and she is like the biggest heart in the world. And so there's nobody who's more deserving of this than her. She gets to, I can tell she's like tearing up right now and it's going to make me cry, but she gets to basically franchise herself, you guys. And me and her are so competitive. So now we're like racing to diamond in her second business center and with my hubbies. So we have lots of work to get done, but I'm super excited and I can't wait for Faithfully Fit to be an Elite 2021 team as well. For Faithfully Fit, we have some new coaches. So we have Lexus, we have Arian, and we have Sammy. So congratulations, you guys. I am so excited to welcome you to the team. And if you're on tonight, welcome to maybe your first large team call. Okay, now we're going to go over to Perfectly Imperfect, which is Heather. So again, she's at 12 SC right now, and that's halfway through the month. So we will expect her at 24 at least. You always want to match or beat yourself halfway through the month. Same with Hannah, Laura, Ashley, and Chloe, way to lock in Success Club. We have Dana, Kelly, Matt, and Kristen, Kasey, Janine, Michael, Jacqueline, Taylor, Dana, and another Taylor, all on the board still. So halfway through the month, you guys, if you're on the board, that's amazing. Like, you're doing the exact right things you need to be doing. These are their top coaches of the week. So we have Heather, Hannah, Laura, Chloe, and Ashley, you guys. And as I was putting these together, I'm like, okay, I don't know who Ashley is, but she is all over this dang place. So Ashley, I don't know who you are. I hope you're on here, but you're killing it. She's also a new coach. You see her right there. So we have, oh my gosh, I can barely even read these. There's so many. Savannah, Brooke, Emily, Amanda, Kristen, Ashley, and Jamie. Congratulations, you guys. You guys have great leadership on your team. And so I cannot wait to see you guys more on all of these boards. And we are not done yet. We have Chloe, who's in month 2 of Success Starter qualification. So that means she has one more month to qualify for her free ticket to Summit and for her spot in the next test group that they're going to be doing. And then also for her title as a Success Starter. And then we have Ashley, who got her month 1. So congrats to you, girls. Sounds like you are really coming out on fire. This is my team Dime Dynasty, you guys. So we had Sky Osborne, who qualified for her Success Starter this month. She is Jess's personally sponsored coach, and Jess just qualified for hers last month, and then she had her very first personally sponsored coach qualify for hers this month. So congratulations to Jess. Your leadership is amazing, and congratulations to Sky, because your ability to just get out there and help people right off the bat is amazing. And you guys, I'm so jealous of her because she gets to be in the 9-week Control Freak Success Starter group. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like, please just leave and go watch that video right now because it is so amazing. But as far as leaders on our team with Success Club points, we have Sky at 10, Paige with 6. Paige is also a brand new coach. She is a fiance. She's planning a wedding. She's a full-time nurse, you guys. She's absolutely killing it. She also qualified for month 2 of her Success Starter this month, so she's got one more month to go. I have 6. Jess has 5. Lexi has 4. When she hits Success Club this month, she'll qualify for her month 2 as well. And yeah, all the good things. So I'm super excited. We have tons of emeralds, tons of people who are just, super close to diamond. So I cannot wait to see how these leadership boards kind of progress throughout this month. And then last but not least, you guys, this is the most exciting part of the call. So as you guys know, right now, we would normally be all together celebrating, and I was super excited because I still haven't met so many of you guys, and I'm so looking forward to doing that on the Diamond Retreat. But we do have our Beachbody Coach Summit Better Together week, you guys, and so all week this week, there's been, trainings and stuff going on in the Beachbody Champions page. So if you're not in that, make sure you get into that. All you need is your coach ID. But tomorrow night, we get to celebrate the Beachbody Challenge. And so if you guys don't know what that is, basically every time, when there's new program launches, like with MBF, you can submit your results. And basically it's a challenge for, people who are using our products and who are, making the programs work for them and are having immense transformations in their mind and their souls and in their bodies. They get to enter themselves into this competition to win $100,000. So our very own Hannah Day won it last year. And she's amazing and such a light on this team. And now she has a coach who's also in it. So this is Kelly, you guys. If you haven't heard Kelly's story or seen her on, her Instagram, you should definitely go follow her and check her out. But tomorrow they're going to be announcing the winner of the challenge. So I am literally like shaking. I'm so excited for you. And so I put all the times there to make sure everybody knows whatever time zone you're in. Make sure you can be there, hop online. And you guys, I would love to just hop on Zoom too. That way, like, we can just celebrate. And I'm just so proud and so amazed. And I love hearing these people's stories, because if you guys ever, I'm going to be talking a little bit about this as I actually get to the content, but if you guys ever feel yourself doubting the value of what it is that you have to offer, go and look at people on our team who have, had amazing transformations, or who have found an amazing part of this business that fulfilled something in their life that they didn't have before. I could speak like about it. If you guys have been watching my stories the past few days, you've been seeing kind of a little bit about my story, you guys, but everybody has a story. And it's kind of funny because if you guys watch the keynote speaker, it was all about telling stories and, using your story to really empower others. And so I definitely recommend going and checking that out. But Kelly has an amazing story, and I can't wait to do the Beachbody Challenge tomorrow. So super excited for that. Okay. Now we're actually going to get into the overcoming objections part. When I saw all those leadership boards, you guys, I was like, gosh, I might need to shorten my content, but I'm like, you know what? No, that is a good problem to have, having too many people to celebrate you guys. And so I heard this on, I believe it was Christina Delgado, a call I was listening to. I don't remember, you guys, because I listened to so many calls all day long. But she said that one thing she asks, maybe it was on National Wake Up Call. It was. Something that she talked about is the fact that she asks people to show themselves on Zoom. And so I want to ask that of all of you guys, because so I'm a junior, or I'm going to be a senior in college right now. But when I was a freshman, I was like 8, and I was that girl who was like going out and doing all the things. And then I would wake up at 8 a.m. for my class, and I would congratulate myself and be so proud of myself for showing up. But you want to know what I did the entire time I was in there? Like, I literally sat on my phone. I learned nothing. I heard nothing. Like, I just sat there and I didn't pay attention. I didn't take anything in. And so the reason why we have calls like these and why we have trainings like these, you guys, isn't just to come together and to be a team and to support each other. It's also to help, other people who are looking for, growth and success in their business to be able to achieve that. And so I want that for all of you. And if you're here, you probably want that self for you too. So I want you to A, respect your time, and B, respect my time, and like actually show up and listen and take something out of this. Okay. So without further ado, overcoming objections and growing into the leadership. So I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions. So I can only see very few of you guys, but I want you guys to all literally answer this question. Raise your hand, put it in the chat. I'm not looking at it, but I want to know you're paying attention. So has this opportunity changed your life? Yes or no? I would like to see hands. Yes. I can only see April, Melissa, and Rachel. So yes, I knew it. Yes, girl. 2 hands, 2 hands. Okay. So if you answered yes to that question, why are you afraid of inviting to the business opportunity? I don't know. Another question, are you guys in control? This is true or false. You're in control of who you follow on your social media, who you get to text, who you talk to, who's on your Facebook. Yeah, you're in control, right? Yes or no? Yes. True. So then why do you keep telling yourself that the people who follow you aren't interested in what you have to offer? Why? I don't know. Okay, this is another one. Yes or no? Do your favorite brands send you emails a lot, you guys? I think in the entire time I've been sitting here, I've probably gotten 16 emails from Target, from Amazon, from the companies. Yes, do they email you? All the freaking time. So why are you afraid to follow up with someone even on a monthly basis if they're still following you, if they're still interacting with your page, if they're still liking your content? Why are you afraid to follow up? I will tell you why. Okay, you guys get the point. What's the issue? The issue is you're scared of being rejected. And I put that in big, pretty letters because I know that rejection sounds really scary and really terrifying. But I want you guys to remember that if someone tells you no, that doesn't mean no forever. And 9 or 10 times out of 10, a rejection has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your self-worth, and it has nothing to do with what you have to offer. It's probably a miscommunication and them not understanding the value of what it is that you do have to offer, you guys. And that's something we can fix, right? Absolutely. So let me ask you guys the last time that, you know, a local business felt really bad about asking its customers to support their business, you guys. I know through all of this, you know, local businesses like were hit the hardest, and you better bet that I saw every single one of them. Would you guys be willing to buy gift cards to the salon? Because we can't take customers in right now, but if you bought a gift card right now and, you know, used it later, that would really benefit us for the time being. I saw countless businesses doing that. And I'm telling you right now, they did not feel bad. Do you think Target takes it personally when I walk through that little $5 section and I pick something up and I really want it and they're like, oh, maybe not. And then I put it back? No, they don't feel bad because they know the next time I come to that store, which will be the next day because I go there every day, they know that I'm going to walk past it again. And maybe this time it'll be the right time, right? Maybe this time I'll pick it up and I'll leave it in my cart. Tell me the last time that you guys bought something after contemplating it for a while. You guys, I do this all the time. I see things all the time that I want and then I'm like, oh, like I don't really know if that's worth it. I don't know if I should do it, right? That happens all the time. Tell me the last time you guys, Amazon decided to just not send emails to people because they didn't want it to be salesy. Like never, you guys. Amazon will literally send me an email 15 minutes after I X out of a browser to let me know I left things in my cart. Like, that's insane, you guys. They have no fear. The answer to these questions is like never, because successful companies and successful business owners believe that what they have is worth it. Like they believe that what they have is worth having, whatever it is, you know, whether it's something from the $5 section at Target or something you could buy on Amazon, clothing, you know, a service from a small business. They believe that whatever it is that they're selling, whatever it is that they have is worth having because they know, you know, what it means to have it in your life. Okay. And so that's what we need to do. We need to know that what we have is worth having. And if you are somebody who's, you know, fearful of rejection or fearful of battling objections, it's probably because you aren't recognizing the true value in the gold mine that you're sitting at, you guys. And so like, it just doesn't happen with these other companies. And so fear of rejection, all it is really, you guys, is a limiting belief. It stems from, you know, I can't be successful like her because I don't have the time, or, you know, it takes, you know, it's going to take me years to be able to build this business, or, you know, I can't find the leaders, you guys. Like that's the real issue. That's the big fear. And I am so glad to say that those are things that, you know, we can help you guys work through, and we can help show you the other side. Because yes, this business takes time to build and it's going to be hard work, but it's going to be worth it 100 times over and over again. If you ask me, you know, from day one, if I thought coaching was going to be worth it, I don't know. I didn't know. I hadn't started it yet. But if you know, I'm sitting here today, almost 9 months later, 100% yes. Okay. So I know this is going to be like the big eye roll part of the call, because the way that we're going to fix our fears is literally by doing the vital behaviors, you guys. And I feel like I can never get on a call without talking about the vital behaviors. I can never not bring them up. The vital behaviors are always a part of something that I'm doing well in my business, you guys. Being a product of the product, showing other people that what you have works, and not just for yourself, but for other people on your team and for people, you know, who are in your challenge groups and stuff like that. It is amazing, because once you start seeing it working for yourself, you're going to gain confidence. But once you start helping other people, like that is going to be an amazing thing for you to be able to get over your fears, you guys. Practicing personal development, you guys, like the person you are today is not the person you need to be to reach your goals. You have to be willing and able to grow. Helping others get results, you guys, that is like my favorite part about this, because like I said, you know, you're going to see your own confidence grow, but when you can see other people and their confidence growing and their life literally changing, that is so amazing, because you're more likely to do something for somebody else, because we as humans, we're naturally just more caring and more giving to other people. And so when you see other people doing that, you never doubt the value of what it is you have, because you see it changing other people's lives too, you guys. And then lastly, you know, sharing your story and spreading your love and talking to people, you guys, that's how you get over your fears. Because when you talk with people and you ask questions and you get into conversations really deeply, you guys, you can literally just find out magical things about people. But I would like you guys to remember, always that a rejection has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. They don't see the value and they don't understand, or they're not ready yet, you guys. But the thing is, if you're doing a good job at painting the picture and showing them the value and presenting them with the total solution, if you're doing all of those things, then you know that they're just not ready yet. And that doesn't mean you give up on them. I have this question later on, so I'm not going to ask it, but don't give up on people, basically. Oh, here's the question right now. Did you say yes the first time you were invited to coaching? April, yes, girl. I mean, I did too, but I'm willing to bet that like 90% of the people on this call did not say yes to coaching the first time that they were invited to it. So chances are that your tribe and your people aren't going to do that either. And so it's going to be your job to help them work through whatever objections that they have. But how? Okay, you guys, these are like the most common objections that you're going to get. And I would like to put a full disclaimer, you guys. I got like 90% of this part of the call from a call I watched with Bonnie Engel, you guys. So like YouTube has everything. But I've been doing this stuff in my business, and like it has helped so much to liven up my conversations. So I wanted to share with you guys. The number one rejection most people get is ghosting. And this means, you know, I do a message after you're like the most loyal follower and hype woman of mine, and you just don't get back to me. Maybe you do get back to me and we have a little bit of a conversation. We talk about pricing and you fall off the face of the earth, you guys. That happens to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a new coach or if you've been in the coach for 7 years, like it will happen to you, okay? Something that I've been doing recently that has been helping a lot is if I'm talking with somebody and then they just never get back to me, I'll just send them a voice message after, you know, a few days or however long. And I'm like, you know, hey, Rachel, I haven't heard back from you. So I just wanted to reach out and see if there was something that I could have better explained, something you didn't understand. I do this full time and I would really be able to, and I would really love your feedback if you have anything for me. So just let me know. I hope you're having a great day, you guys. And that question is so simple for me. I don't know why it sounded so scary to ask people, like, ooh, why would I ask for feedback, you guys? But this is what I do full time. And if there's something that, you know, is scaring them off or that they're not understanding, I want to make sure that I'm communicating that better publicly, because the chances are there's other people who have the same issue who just aren't going to get back to me, you guys. And so it's helping me in my business. And sometimes it does take a little bit of like like you got to lower your ego a little bit to be willing to ask people, hey, like, I don't know if I explained this well. Is there something that I said, or is there something I could do better? Is there any feedback you have? And 10 times out of 10, the person responds and they say, you know what? No, like it had nothing to do with you. And then they tell you, you know, their excuse as to why they can't join or to why they couldn't get back to you. So a ghost is really just, they're putting up a wall because they're just not ready probably. But then you kind of get the opportunity to work through whatever objection comes after that, because nobody's going to respond and say, yeah, you suck. No, they're going to say, you know what? I'm so sorry, but I just don't think I have the time for this, and I didn't want to disappoint you, or I did something like that, you guys. That's what they're going to say. They're not going to tell you you suck, okay? I'm going to skip over excuse for right now because it has that little star by it for a reason. So I'm going to go straight to malicious, you guys. And this one, like, this never happens to me. This has happened to me one time in my 9 months of coaching. And so if somebody comes back at you and says, nope, that's a pyramid scheme. No, I'm not doing that. Whatever, if they say something mean and hurtful, take a breather, take a step back, and recognize the fact that you're probably somebody who's strong enough because you've been doing your personal development and working on yourself and you're feeling good. You're probably somebody who's strong enough to be able to handle some criticism from somebody like that. And, you know, they're not doing it to you to be mean, but they might have other things going on in their life. And so if I, you know, after I got that one message, I just said, hey, I'm so sorry that you felt that way. Is there anything, like, I would love to pray for you about something. Like, is there something going on? Like, I feel comfortable enough usually to ask people these questions, you guys, because I know my heart and I know that God knows my heart. And so, you know, if I try not to take it as a blow to my character, I'm an Enneagram 1, so that is really hard for me, you guys. But again, it's just lowering that ego and saying, okay, this is a human who's clearly struggling. And I would love to be able to help you in any way possible. And it doesn't matter if I don't care if you join my team. I don't care if you join my group. Maybe fitness isn't for you. I don't care. But is there something I can do for you otherwise, you guys? You just want to give I just want to give those people like a virtual hug. Again, I rarely ever get this one. So I hope you guys don't get it that often either. But That's something you can do in the case that you do. Subjective, I'm going to skip over that one for a second. And then lastly is the show off, you guys. So I rarely ever get this one either, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that my target market is a little bit younger. And so, I mean, I had never heard of Beachbody before I got started. And so I assume that a lot of my people don't know what it is either. But this is the person who's like, yep, I've heard of 21 Day Fix. I know who Autumn is. Like, I've read all of her books and I've done it before. My sister did it before. Shakeology is too expensive. I already looked into it, blah, 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 you guys. This is the person who wants to basically tell you every reason why they can't do it because they already know it all. They're too knowledgeable, you guys. And these are the people who you're just going to be like, wow, like you are so knowledgeable. Like, have you ever thought about coaching? Like you really, like you went out there and collected all that information, you guys. These are the people who just want you to be there for them as a friend and to maybe pour a little bit of love back into them, you guys. And so the reason why I'm bringing these up and why some of you might be like, ooh, maybe I'm not ready to say these things to people, that's because you have to be willing to build relationships with people too. So the people who I'm inviting aren't just random people that I found on the internet. I'm building relationships with people for, sometimes months before I even send them an invite. And so somebody who is a show off, I'm like, okay, girl, like, are you ready to go in full force then? Because it sounds like you know everything. Like, I don't have to explain it to you. Like, you know how it works, right? Okay, now let's go back to the excuse and the subjective. So these ones are starred because these ones are going to be really great things for you to be able to battle publicly. So an excuse is basically your everyday objection. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the money for that. I'm not in the best shape, you guys. And with those people, you got to build trust. So that's why you show up on your stories every day. That's why you show up on your page. And that's why you battle these things publicly. The people who are subjective are kind of just lacking a little bit of confidence, you guys. Those are the people who are like, you know what, this just isn't for me, but like, you seem really happy. And I'm glad this works out for you, but that's just not for me. It's that good for you attitude, which really just means that they need you to, maybe spend a little bit more time with them and maybe to really, let them know what it is that you see in them. Because if you're messaging someone and talking to them about coaching or joining a group, you guys, you see potential in them. Like, that is so amazing. And some people, I was just listening to a Trent Shelton call before this, and he's like, people will see the potential in you before you see it in yourself. And you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and let people know that you see that potential in them. Because imagine if Rachel never told me she saw that potential in me, you guys. Like, I don't know what I would be doing with my life right now, but I definitely would not be, experiencing a lot of the things that I do in my life. And so don't ever underestimate the value of what you have, and don't be so like unwilling to drop your ego a little bit and kind of work through an objection, you guys. I used to be the coach who was like, oh, I got an objection. All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later. Like, and that wasn't serving me because I wasn't getting to know these people. I wasn't learning anything. I was having dead end conversations and I hated it. So I went and I did something and I found out some information and how I could change it. And now my conversations are a lot different than they were when I first got started. I'm going to show you guys some examples of the subjective and the excuse ones, just so you guys can have an idea of what it might look like for you to battle those publicly. So this is a post I did about like, people who tell me and this is like just a good FYI. If you get something a lot, it means you don't talk about it enough. So people tell me all the time, gosh, I just don't have the time for that, or I don't have the motivation for that. And so I went on my page and I talked about that, about how I find the motivation, what motivates me. And, the fact that it's not that I have all the time in the world, it's just that I use my time really well. And so it's always good to, get on your stories or on your actual page and battle that. Same thing for this one. This was about that, good for you. Because I told people, I painted that picture from the outside. It probably looked like I had it all together, living the perfect life. I'm taking myself off that pedestal for them, because sometimes people might see you up on that pedestal. If you're someone who they look up to, someone who they're inspired by, a leader, whatever it is, if somebody is looking up to you, they might have that good for you attitude because they just don't see it in themselves. So I'm letting them know, painting the picture for them, it wasn't always like this. Okay. Same thing for this one. This is kind of a mix. Some people think that they have to be in amazing shape to be a coach, and that's just not true. And I like to keep it real over on my page. So I let them know, come as you are. You're beautiful no matter what. We all have imperfections. We're all humans. We still need somewhere to put our organs. So not all of us have six-pack rocking abs. Okay. That's just not realistic. So that is how you guys can battle some objections. But I wanted to ask, who here can say that they're scared of failing as a leader? And this is something that I see people struggle with a lot. This is something I struggle with a lot, you guys. And if you're scared of failing as a leader, that's also fear of rejection. You are fearful of your style of leadership being rejected by the people who you have told, I am here to lead you. I am going to help you, create freedom in your life and create this business and do all those things. It is still a fear of rejection that they're just not going to work well with you, and that it's a fear that they're going to reject you because they don't think that you're capable of doing it. And that's just not the case, you guys. The best part of this business is not creating your own freedom. It's helping somebody else create theirs. And I can't tell you enough how rewarding that is. So I'm going to tell you guys what I do in order to get my coaches started right. Number one thing, you guys, and I will kind of like put this out there, that I am somebody who's very, very independent, and you probably attract people into your market who are like you. And so I still think that everybody is able and should, encourage independence in their new coaches. But maybe I do it a little bit more because I know that my people are independent because I'm super independent. But anyways, you guys, number one thing I do is I encourage independence, you guys, because I want to give people the opportunity to feel like the CEO and the boss that they are. I do think that this business does take a lot of work to be able to work with a mentor. You definitely want to have a good mentor, and everybody on here is a great mentor. But I always go back to my example with Jess, you guys. Jess is a rock star coach on my team, and I initially invited her to be in a challenge group because I was never going to invite her to coaching because I was too scared, right? And so, she was rocking it out, and then kind of at the same time, I asked her, and she asked me like, hey, do you want to be a coach? And hey, I want to be a coach. So from day one, she was super independent, you guys. And, maybe it's because I'm independent, but she started doing things on her own. She was, posting on her own, making her own stories, making her own graphics, making her own challenge groups and stuff like that. And if you try to hold somebody's hand, you might inhibit them from being successful on their own. And that's not to say that me and her don't chat all the time and have calls, and not to say that, I'm not still helping her with, the business aspect of things and understanding that. But she didn't need my help in a lot of things. And if I would have given her my help, it would have been me saying, here, do it how I did it, because that's the only way I know. And that might not work for her, you guys. So encourage independence with your new coaches. You do not want to hold their hand. You want to let them, make their first invites on their own, because sometimes people might have problems in the beginning because they're just copying and pasting from a script. I don't give my coaches scripts. I want them to just go out there and talk to somebody. Like it's not hard and it's not complicated, but if they're seeing scripts and they're like, oh, I wouldn't talk like that, but I'm going to send it anyway, like it's not going to work. And so I really do encourage independence in my coaches from the get-go. And I kind of do it backwards, and I kind of see, okay, what are they going to do? Let me see what they do. And then I take it from there and I help them from there. Number two, you guys, keep things simple. If you make things hard, your coaches are going to make things hard. So if you're sitting there and saying, oh my gosh, Success Club is so hard, like your coaches are only going to do half the work you do. And so they're not even going to hit Success Club. Like that's just the real hard truth of it. Keep things simple, you guys. Hitting Success Club is not hard. Like, I don't know if you guys need to like replay that in your head over and over again. Sometimes even I replay that in my head because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is just awful. Replay it in your head over and over again. Hitting Success Club is not hard, okay? Not only that, but you get free stuff when you hit it, so definitely hit it. I got my free Shakeology blanket email this week, so I was like, yay, can't wait for those. So keep things simple, you guys. When you make things hard, they'll make things harder. Respect your time, you guys. This is the number one mistake I see in myself, something I'm not always the best at, but respect your own time, you guys. That means I'm kind of going in the process of kind of redoing some things for my onboarding. But number one, I always have people, I need you to fill out this questionnaire before we can hop on our getting started right call. I need you to do this before this. I need you to show me your tracker every week so I can know you're showing up for your business, and then we'll have a call. Respect your time. If there's people who are, in your downline and who say they want to work and they want to run, and they're not putting up the effort, and they're not checking in, and they're not even, showing up in your challenge group, and, maybe they're inactive, you guys, they're not worth, pouring in the time. You need to be spending 80% of your time on your business, like all the time, probably even more. Number 4, smart recognition, you guys. So this is something that I actually just started doing. I think it was a Bonnie Engel call, but she's like, why do we not recognize as coaches for what we want them to do? And, so I kind of redid my recognition boards as this. So number 1, you guys, when my coaches get started, they get basically a timeline and goal sheet from me. So their goals say, okay, you're going to post your new coach. post, and then you're going to go connect with every single person who, you know, commented, liked, interacted, supported on that, and you're going to get 3 to 5 people started in the first month. And the reason why I say in the first month, you guys, it has a combination to do with what I know they need to happen in order to create a life coach right there, and B, what I know I need to get for my leadership points. So number one, when they hit Success Club in their first month, I know they're earning back their initial investment and then some, okay? That's huge. If you want to create life for coaches, you need to show them the way. For some people, money speaks louder. And so if I can get them to hit Success Club 6 to 10, I know they're earning back their investment at the very least, right? You know, they're going to unlock their compensation plan. They're going to hit their first rank. They are going to qualify for Success Starter month 1. They're going to get a Success Club prize from Beachbody. They're going to get their tank top. You're going to get your PS +1 leadership point. You're also going to get, you know, double whatever it is your PS coaches and you hitting Success Club. Those are leadership points, you guys. And then, you know, they're going to be on leadership boards. That's amazing. Like, all by hitting, you know, helping 3 to 5 people in their first month, they're going to get so many different things, so much different recognition. They're going to get t-shirts, and they're going to have this big rank they're hitting, and you're going to benefit from it in your business too. And so I'm recognizing people smartly, because I'm showing them, if I want you to do this, then I better be recognizing you for doing it. So anybody who, you know, is getting a coach, one person signed up in their first month, they are on my leadership board, because they're a leader, because they're coming out and they're doing it hot, you guys. I didn't get somebody signed up in my very first month, okay? Disclaimer, I did not do that, you guys. And so I'm making sure that I'm telling me people, if I want you to do this, like, I better damn recognize you for doing it, because that's amazing. Same thing with Success Starter. So if you're qualifying for month 2, month 1, or month 3, you're on there. If you're a Success Starter, if you're hitting whatever Success Club points you have, you're on the board, doesn't matter. I'm also recognizing people for Team Cycle Bonus, which you can only see our personally sponsored coaches. But that is where your residual income comes from, you guys. And so if I'm telling people, you know, the way that you earn residual income is by building a team of leaders below you, then I need to be recognizing them for doing that, okay? And then number 5, creating a duplicatable system, you guys. So again, keep it simple, don't make it hard, keep it very achievable. You know, like I said, I'm in the process of redoing this system for my team right now, and you best believe that when I get it done, I'm going to share it with them. I am not going to be like, oh, this is great, this is going to be great for me and my coaches. No, because I don't want the people who are the leaders on my team to have to spend their time creating all these systems. I don't want them to recreate the wheel. I want them to go out there and to build their team. And so then, you know, they can just use the tools that I have created for them. And I would much rather have them spend their time on their income building activities, on their inviting, on growing their page, on doing those things, than creating systems, because that's a lot harder and a lot more time consuming. And then number 6, you guys, create a culture. And so this is something I'll say that I didn't really know how to do when I was at the beginning of my business. And it wasn't really until I left Rachel's challenge group that I kind of figured out what that meant for myself. Because when I started leading my own challenge group, you know, I took all of my clients and my coaches and stuff with me. And I kind of set the pace for myself and for my team. And that's really when we started to take off, you guys, because I was like, all right, like, we have to fill this up. We have to hype it up. Like, we have to make it worth it. So if you are sitting here and you're still in your coach's challenge group, again, I am going to reiterate the fact that maybe it's time to fly out of the nest and to do your own, because you have to be willing to create your own team culture, because that is what people are going to look for. You know, they want to look for you as their leader. And so you have to be willing to, you know, create that culture around just, you know, support and love and care and success and all of the great things, you guys. Creating culture has been, you know, honestly, something that I am really, really thankful for, because ever since, you know, I started running my own challenge group, you know, my team has been doing so much better, and my challengers have been, and they're being more committed to themselves. They're seeing better results, and it's just like a ripple effect of, like, goodness. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I will open it up to questions in 1 second. But right before I got on this call, or like a couple hours, I was walking to go get Dakota from school. And I kind of stopped and I thought of, you know, how my inbox is going to blow up after this call, because it happens every single time I host one of these calls. My inbox blows up and people message me and they tell me, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. That was so inspiring. You inspire me. You're such a leader, blah, blah, blah. All of the good things, right, you guys? And I love getting those messages, because I love hearing from everybody on the team. And I'm so glad that I'm actually providing value to you on this call, right? But what I should have been responding to you guys this whole time is, okay, what are you going to do about it? Because being inspired and, you know, being happy and lit up, that's awesome. That's an aha moment, right? But like, if you don't follow up aha with like, a lot of action, like nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. And so then the next time I host a call, you're just going to be inspired again. I don't want you guys to be inspired. I want you to be actionable. So I was talking to April and I was like, I really feel like this is something that my heart is calling me to do. So if you guys are in, my downline, or if you're one of my coaches, you do not have to worry about this because you guys get my time automatically, and I love you all. But if you are not, you guys, I wanted to open up my schedule next week to 10-ish of you guys who really are like inspired by, things that we share on these types of calls, but B, are also willing to create action. So if that's you, I want you just to send me a message on Instagram or on Facebook. On Facebook, it's just Kasey Campos, Kasey Campos. On Instagram, it's with 2 A's, Kaasey Campos. Send me a message. I will shoot you back a form that you're going to fill out just so I can, because I'm going to ask you like, okay, who are you? What's your name? You have to be an Emerald to get this call. And then I just want to know how long you've been in this business and what is the goal that you're pushing for. And so I would love to be able to open my time up to 10 of you guys. And then I'll also ask you guys what time is best for you. So like I said, this is for somebody who's for Emerald and above, who's really looking to move their business forward. I don't care where you're at in the team, because I would love to help you guys out. So now I will open it up to questions or comments, concerns.
I just was messaging Rachel while you were talking and just telling her how freaking proud I am of you. And we both love you, and we have no idea how you have your life together at 22. We're like just reminiscing at our life at 22. So we're just so proud of you. That was awesome. That was incredible. And I love seeing you being able to be creative and play to your strengths. And I just can't wait to see that you guys are ending as an elite team, because I know it's going to happen. So thank you.
Yeah, my life is, you guys, I did not ever, like, if you guys watched my stories, my life was not, this was not the trajectory of my life, but God had much different plans for me. And so I'm really thankful for the fact that, it turned out the way it did, because I'm really happy to be able to do this and to be able to, flex that leadership skill of mine. So thank you.
So welcome. Anybody have anything about MBF that you want to ask her? Anything at all? I think we answered everything in the chat. Let's take a picture. Hey, Sasa, come over here for a picture. Nobody has anything else? I'm going to stop recording. Speak now or bye. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.